So this video is going to be a little bit different than normal. In a last minute turn of events, literally this morning, it was decided that I am selling my van this afternoon. This is going to be the last video that you guys see in here, and I don't think I've processed it really. I knew I was selling the van, or like that I could possibly be selling the van, but I really didn't think it was going to go through. And so I'm a little stressed. I have stress hives actually right now that I'm kind of breaking out in, or that are flaring up again, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure that this is the right thing to do, but I'm doing it. I'm committing to it. And I'm telling myself that if in 6 months or a year I decide that I want to build out another van to this level, I can. I did it once and I can do it again. But for now, it's time for a different journey. The van is empty, as you can see. Everything is cleaned out. And this is it. A year of work, all of my money and debt, also debt, not even just the money that I had, but the money that I didn't have. Blood, sweat, tears, family help has all gone into this. And I guess all I can say is that I'm excited to see what's to come. I know that this is all for a reason. There's a purpose. I learned so much, so many life lessons. I learned so many new skills that I can now take forward, along with a bit of a savings to apply to a new build. And so this isn't the end of van life forever. It's just the end of van life in this van. It's the first home that I've ever felt like is my home, not just like a family home, but like my home. It's something that I know every inch of, every centimeter of, because I built it myself. It's all the memories I made with family and friends who have traveled with me in it, and I'm gonna miss it. But at the same time, I think I'm just looking forward to the freedom that this is going to hopefully bring to my life. The opportunities it's going to open up, and the things it's going to allow me to do, and a new build that I will also get to call home one day. I don't know what is coming. I don't have a great plan, which is making me, and I think everybody in my life, a little bit nervous, but maybe this is the end of some stress, some financial stress, and it served me well. I'm like shaking. I am gonna go to the bank. I'm gonna sell this thing. I'm probably gonna go get some food, maybe a beer, and just sit with it for a little bit, get some work done. That was such a bust. I got about halfway to go meet the person. I called my bank because they were supposed to transfer the money. Payment obviously makes sense before I met them, because they've already seen the van multiple times. And they missed the deadline by 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So I'm on Pacific time, Pacific Standard, and banks close 5 p.m. Eastern, but apparently they closed earlier today. I'm not sure what happened. Her bank confirmed that she sent the money over. All of that to say, the money was not received by my bank, and they said I should probably expect it by Monday. So I know the money is coming. She has sent me a deposit. This entire situation has been unbelievably stressful. By this weekend, I was supposed to be in Arizona because I'm leading a trip for my nonprofit in Arizona next weekend. And so I have to work this coming week for my 9 to 5. All of this stuff's going on. I'm going to need to figure out how I can rent a car for the week, for the next 2 or 3 weeks actually, until I get back to California where I can buy a vehicle. And now I'm not able to sell this until Monday. I think what I'm going to do is leave the van here. When the money hits my account, the van will be here for her to come pick up all of the materials, and I will just stay in contact with her and with my parents, who are very graciously allowing me to park in their driveway right now. And hopefully on Monday, the money will be there and I will get to actually sell this thing. The hard work is done. The van is sold. She's gone to her bank. I have the deposit. Everything is clean. Now it's just time to figure out what the heck I am doing this next week. I need to have a new vehicle tomorrow so I can start driving down there. So I was just able to rent. Gonna be living in a. It looks like for the next month for $400, but then that does not include the miles that I'm gonna be putting on. And right now I'm estimating that I am going to put hopefully 2,000 miles, but up to 3,000. Also, the dogs are playing. Just in case you're wondering what that is. They are fine. This is not gonna be cheap, but I think the $400, but like the $1,000 estimated, like after the mileage fees, because there are mileage fees, is still gonna be cheaper than me rushing to buy something this week and then having like mechanical issues because I don't have time to check it out, or like getting something that I don't want or that doesn't fit my needs that I'm gonna have to sell. All of those things I think are going to end up costing me more money in the long run. Good morning, you guys. It is the next day and I have a rig, at least temporarily. I decided to rent a van for the month. Now, I know what you're thinking, that was probably insanely expensive. In total, it's gonna cost me about $1,000, not including gas. I actually expect that to probably be the most expensive part with gas prices right now. But I also went for a smaller van. As you can see, I'm almost touching the roof right now. It is a low roof van, and so I'm gonna get way better gas mileage. Handling is gonna be super easy, and the living space is gonna be a little small. But before I get on the road, I'm gonna do some basic conversions. It's not really conversions, nothing permanent, but just something that's going to allow me to be a little bit more comfortable in this with my dog, with my gear for the next 3 weeks. I only have a couple of hours to do this, to organize my stuff, and to move in temporarily for the next month or so. And so I'm gonna get started, probably do a time lapse. I'm not gonna get super in depth. Most of the stuff is very straightforward, very easy to understand, so let's get into it. Alright, so definitely not too excited about that being like perfect. So you can see it like just hits the wheel well, but honestly like it's pretty sturdy already just because it's like sandwiched. So I think what I'm gonna do is like balance it between, or balance these two kind of like evenly. I'll put something foam there so it doesn't rub it raw or like rub the paint off. And then I'm gonna use a tie down to strap it up against the wall. Alright, as janky as that might look, this thing is like not going anywhere. Pretty happy with that. And there's still so much space. Oh, how your perspective changes. Actually worked a lot better than I thought it was going to. Well, while my computer boots up, I guess I can take you guys for a little tour. So I will say it's not much, but I'm actually really loving it. Last night was super windy. Tara, oh my. Stop it. Hey, Tara. That is not very Leave No Trace of You. Last night was very windy. Not that cold. It was actually pretty pleasant in here without insulation, but the wind noise was definitely worse than my old van. she slept great. I think I was up probably till like 5 a.m. But I think that's not because of the van. I'm on this steroid right now for the poison oak that I talked about having last week. And so that usually keeps me up, along with just thinking about a new rig. Hopefully I'll sleep better tonight. I'm gonna try not to try to make up for it with coffee because that's just gonna keep me up all night. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let's get to a tour. It's very simple. I have this divider wall, so I kind of hit it a little bit with this tapestry that I've had since I was in high school. This is Girl Power. Open, nice view. We're outside Joshua Tree right now. Then I have my water jug. I think this is just a 7-gallon, as well as my Nalgene. If you know, you know. All of my storage, so I have like food supplies, cooking supplies, toiletry supplies. All of that at the bottom is backpacking gear for the trip that I'm leading. Extra blanket for outside, my own hydration bladder, Jackery, which does not stay up there when I drive, but at night my lights get plugged into it, my computer. Hats up there, clothing bag up there, little Reflectix, insulation on the windows. I really forgot how to use this lens, wow. Some backpacks are hung up in that corner, and then the others are up there. And then we'll bring you over this side. I don't have a fridge right now, but that is like my dry food storage. And then I have this little California poppies, reminder of home. My toiletry bag also does not stay up there when I drive, but it works really well actually to hang my stuff up and have a little mirror. At night, I just put my keys there, extra solar panels for the Jackery. Then I will get out of the bed, out of the van. I have more cooking supplies like my stove, tents and all that good stuff, my table for the outdoors, my chair, more sleeping bags, Tara's sleeping bag, my rumple, and my tapestry. And this is what it looks like when you walk in. I don't know, it's not much, but like I'm really pleasantly surprised with how it came out. I think it could have gone a lot worse for 24 hours. I think there are some small things that I will try to upgrade, but probably not until I figure out more solidly which van or bus or rig that I'm gonna get, because I don't want to buy stuff and then have to immediately turn around and sell it, because I always end up losing some money there, and I honestly think it's just kind of like wasteful of my time as well as my money. I'm really trying to stick to a tight budget for this next build, and all of this I'm kind of like looping into that because this is my figure out process. The hair is, you know, I look like I'm living in a rental vehicle, but it is what it is. I have to work today. I also have to drive like 3 or 4 more hours to get out to Phoenix, and then I'm heading out a little bit further east into a really, really beautiful area of public lands. So I'm super excited to get there tonight, and I think that's probably where I will end today's video. What a freaking week. So it's definitely a little bit later on in the week than I thought. I'm actually recording this, recording this, and it is Thursday morning. So if you're watching this on Thursday, good morning, everybody. I wasn't anticipating on waiting this long to record the end of this video, but it actually took just about this long to feel like the week was coming to a close. The sale of my van ended up taking a lot longer than I thought it would, as things do, and I actually only sold the van yesterday, Wednesday. There were so many issues that we ran into with the fund transfer, with picking up the van, just all the little details. Nothing was falling into place, and for a while I actually wasn't sure that it was going to sell, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, did I just make a huge financial mistake coming out here renting this like temporary van? But thankfully things seem to be working out pretty well at this point, and I've actually found what I think might be my next rig.
I'm not going to talk too much about it this week because I think that's what next week's video is going to be about, so I want it to be a surprise for everybody. But if you do want more details, I have been posting more frequently about it and more of those details over on Instagram, and so it's a great place to get more real-time updates as opposed to waiting for a video every week. I'm not going to drag this video on too much longer. I think we're already at like 15 minutes, so I guess I just want to wrap up by saying thank you guys for your sweet comments, your encouraging messages, for believing in me, whether you're family or friends or just a stranger that is here every week. I appreciate all of you, and you really, in a big way, given me the courage to try to go after this dream of mine. So thank you all for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this week's video, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.